So you're thinking about moving to Ashburn, Virginia, but you're not quite sure where to start your research? Well, guess what? You're in the right spot, because in this week's video, I'll be doing a full map tour of Ashburn. We're gonna check out the hottest spots, the best neighborhoods, downtown One Loudoun, major commuter routes, the new Ashburn Metro Station, and a lot more. So let's dive right into it. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. So we're gonna start this video off by zooming out and checking out the whole DMV area, so you can put into context like where Ashburn is located. So here's Ashburn right here in the red, and it's gonna be the suburbs of Washington, D.C. And Ashburn's about 33 to 35 miles away from D.C., and it can take you up to 90 minutes to drive there, depending if it's rush hour or not. And then here's the Potomac River, and this will go all the way through D.C., and on the other side of the Potomac River is Maryland. And then we zoom in more, and this is Dulles International Airport. So depending on where you live in Ashburn, it's gonna be about 10 miles away from the airport. And as someone who personally lives in Ashburn, there's nothing better than having an airport in your backyard. Every time the wife and I go travel on vacation, it's a 15-minute Uber ride to get to and from Dulles International Airport. I absolutely love it. Now let's look at some of the major commuter routes that go through or are very close to Ashburn. So first you have Route 7, and in one direction on Route 7, take you to Lansdowne and the Leesburg area. And then the other direction of Route 7, take you into Sterling, Great Falls, Reston, into Tyson's Corner and McLean. And then we have Route 28, which also goes right through Ashburn. So Route 28, take you straight to Dulles International Airport, take you straight to Herndon, Reston, Chantilly, Centerville, Clifton, and more. And then you have 267, which is the toll road. So the toll road will go through Brambleton and Ashburn. It'll take you to Dulles International Airport, into Reston, into Herndon, all the way into Tyson's Corner. Now, yes, the toll road's going to cost you money, but the great part is you're going to get to your destination so quickly and easily, and I've literally never seen traffic on a toll road, ever. Another major road that actually goes through Ashburn is Loudoun County Parkway. It's this road right here in white. This will go through the whole Ashburn area, Brambleton. You'll pass by Dulles International Airport into South Riding. Now, one of the best parts about living in Ashburn is very little traffic when you're actually driving through Ashburn. You can literally get from one end of Ashburn all the way to the other end of Ashburn in about 20 minutes. And this is an easy 20 minutes with no traffic. So I absolutely love that part about living here. Now, when you leave the Ashburn area, Route 7, Route 28, you're definitely going to hit traffic. And the closer you get to DC, the worse the traffic is going to get. Now we're going to check out a zip code map of the Ashburn area. So if you didn't know, Ashburn is going to be split between two zip codes. Half of it's going to be 20147, and the other half is going to be 20148. And the divider is going to be the Dulles Greenway. So anything north of the Greenway is 20147. Anything south of the Greenway is going to be 20148. And these two zip codes have a lot of similarities, but also going to be completely different as well. So the 20147 side is going to have more established neighborhoods, older homes, mature trees. However, it's a lot more restaurants, more entertainment options, including One Loudoun. And then it's easier to commute to the rest of Northern Virginia because it's right off Route 7. And then 20148, this is going to be the newer part of Ashburn. It's going to include Brambleton and the Broadlands. This will have newer homes, newer master plan communities, newer schools, and the residents of 20148 tend to make a little bit more money than the people in 20147. But I've personally lived in both zip codes, and you're really splitting hairs. I currently live in 20147, but I can move to 20148 tomorrow. And I've helped so many families relocate to the Ashburn area, and I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving to Ashburn and you really want to know the difference between living in 20147 or 20148, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I got your back. So let's jump on the Google Maps and really dive into the Ashburn area. And we're going to start off at One Loudoun, which is the downtown of Ashburn. So One Loudoun is going to be located right off Route 7 and Loudoun County Parkway. One Loudoun is going to feature restaurants, corporate offices, entertainment options, luxury homes, including townhomes, condos, and single-family homes. So let's change up the view, and we're going to go boots in the ground in One Loudoun. Let me grab my little guy and place the pin right here. Let's see where we are. All right, so we're right almost in the center of One Loudoun. You can see it's like restaurants. That's Uncle Julio's right here. I love coming here for fajitas and margaritas. So if you move to Ashburn, you may see me there for happy hour. And one of my favorite parts, at least my daughter's favorite part. So here's the movie theater right here, which is the center of One Loudoun. And right here, during the summertime, it's water fountains. So the water shoots up like 10 feet in the air. I was literally here yesterday with my daughter, and there must have been 15, 20 kids playing through here. The kids absolutely love it. So let's zoom out now. So you can see a bird's eye view of One Loudoun. Again, this is Route 7, Loudoun County Parkway. This is the downtown area with all the restaurants and grocery stores. And right here on this side of One Loudoun, currently is under construction for the latest phase. It's going to add more restaurants, shops, and corporate offices. And then to the left of downtown One Loudoun, you can have luxury 2-over-2 townhouse-style condos. Over here, you have townhomes and single-family homes. And one of my favorite parts about One Loudoun is Central Park, which is a 100-acre park with trails, picnic area, swings. So literally, my wife and daughter, we walk through Central Park almost every single day so we can get to the water fountains. And then right across the street from One Loudoun, and for you golfers out there, you have Top Golf. People love this place. It's always packed for happy hour. Now, if you move to Ashburn, don't invite me to Top Golf. I'm literally the worst golf player of all time. I swing and I miss the ball every single time. In fact, it's pretty embarrassing. So let's zoom in a little bit more. So One Loudoun is going to also be off Russell Branch Parkway, which is actually the road I live off of. Now, a good thing about living in One Loudoun, literally a mile down the road, you have another shopping plaza called Ashburn Commons. There's a Harris Teeter grocery store, a gas station, some restaurants. So when you live in One Loudoun, you have 2 shopping areas within 2 minutes of your house. But it doesn't end there. We're going to keep going down Russell Branch Parkway. Maybe another mile down the road, maybe mile and a half max. You have Belmont Chase Plaza. Now, the best part about this plaza is it has a Whole Foods. So literally, when you live in One Loudoun, you have a Trader Joe's in One Loudoun. You have a Harris Teeter a mile down the road. And another mile down the road, you have Whole Foods. How awesome is that? And if you want to go to a good place for date night, Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant. This place is fantastic for date night. The wife and I go here at least once every 3 weeks. And right across the street from Belmont Chase Plaza is Belmont Country Club, which is a premier gated golf course community. In fact, it's actually Ashburn's only gated community. But the homes here are absolutely stunning. Beautiful single-family homes, beautiful townhomes, plus resort-style amenities. And my favorite amenity, I'm a little biased on this one, but this is the golf club, which actually has a restaurant inside. In fact, I got married here in 2021. So if you're looking for a place to get married in Ashburn, I would highly recommend checking out Belmont Country Club. Now, really the only downside to living in Belmont Country Club is extremely high HOA. You're paying close to $500 per month. However, you do get a lot for your money. You get cable and internet, lawn maintenance, access to all the amenities, including the clubhouse with the restaurant, trash and recycling, but the main thing is the security of living in a gated community. Now let's get out of Belmont Country Club and we're going to make our way to the next neighborhood in Ashburn, which is going to be close by, only a mile away, mile and a half, and that's going to be called Ashburn Village. In fact, I personally lived in Ashburn Village for about 4 years. So Ashburn Village is a massive neighborhood featuring over 5,000 homes, townhomes, single-family homes, and condos. In fact, it's Ashburn's oldest community, which broke ground around 1989. But probably the best part about living in Ashburn Village, it is the amenities, including the lake. Let me pull up this little guy right here. So this is Pavilion Lake, massive lake. In fact, when I used to live here, there's a 1.3-mile trail that goes all around the lake. And literally, weather permitting, I would walk this trail almost every single day. You'd see turtles, birds, and other wildlife. Absolutely stunning. And another great part about living in Ashburn Village, it is all the amenities. As you can see, there's tennis courts here, pool, which actually overlooks the lake, which is fantastic. Then you have the sports pavilion, which is a massive 32,000 square foot sports complex with an indoor pool, sauna, gym, indoor basketball court, and more. And right here, these are the condos that you can find here in Ashburn Village. This is called Lakeshore. In fact, this is where I used to live, was one of these condos overlooking the water. Now, that was fantastic. I would open my back door, sit on the balcony, and get a stunning view of the Pavilion Lake. I really miss living there. And then right across the street, right in the middle of the neighborhood, you have a shopping plaza with a giant grocery store, gas station, and restaurants. Now, let's make our way to another lake in Ashburn Village. And that's going to be Ashburn Lake. Let me pull it up. Let's get a little bit closer. So as you can see, there's a little island in the middle. And I happen to be filming this video on July 3rd. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Every 4th of July, Ashburn Village has a huge fireworks show. And they launch all the fireworks right here on the little island on Ashburn Lake. So I'm definitely looking forward to that this weekend. And then right here, more amenities. You have a pool right here, again, overlooking the lake, tennis courts. There's a basketball court, and a little miniature soccer field. Then as we zoom out, you can see there's more lakes. So Ashburn Village actually has 8 lakes in total. Now let's keep this party moving. We're going to change views, and we're going to leave the 20147 side of Ashburn, and we're going to make our way to the 20148 side of Ashburn. And like I said earlier in the video, the Dulles Greenway, which is right here, this is the divider between 20147 and 20148. And we're going to make our way to Moorfield Station, more specifically, Metro Walk at Moorfield Station. Change the view. So Metro Walk at Moorfield Station, this is a community built by Toll Brothers, features luxury single-family homes and luxury 2-over-2 townhouse-style condos. Now, the coolest part about this neighborhood, hence the name Metro Walk, is the new Ashburn Metro Station is right here, so you can literally walk to the Ashburn Metro. So it's super convenient if you got to take the Metro to work or wherever. But let's say you don't feel like walking, there's actually a bus that'll take you here all the way to the Metro Station. So let's check out the Metro right now. Put the little guy down here, see if we can get a good angle. There it is. The new Ashburn Metro Station. Well, newish. Opened a couple years ago. I've actually never been on the Ashburn Metro just because I hardly ride the Metro. I think it's been maybe 10 years since I actually been on the Metro. But let me zoom out so you get another angle. Yeah, the Ashburn Metro is right on the toll road. And right across the street is another small town center called Ashburn Station. You have some like luxury apartments here, a few restaurants and a movie theater. I do feel like this area is underutilized. There's not a lot of great restaurants, but hopefully with the increasing population and maybe the Metro getting more popular, they'll start adding some more restaurants and shops. Now let's go back to Metro Walk at Moorfield Station. Now, one thing I want to point out. So this is Metro Walk right here. Well, right here, so this big plot of land, eventually they're going to build a huge, massive town center. It's going to have more residential properties, restaurants, retail, boutique shops, and commercial. Now, when this happens, this area is going to explode in growth and popularity, not to mention home prices. Now, they actually have broken ground, not in a town center, but right now they're building, actually, I think it opens next year, it's luxury apartments. Now, let's get back to a bird's eye view of Metro Walk. And if you live in Metro Walk, chances are for your grocery store and restaurant needs, you're going to go here. Broadlands Marketplace, I think it's literally half a mile away, super close. You have your Harris Teeter grocery store. You got restaurants like Robino's, which is a great Italian restaurant. Fantastic pizza. Definitely go check it out. A gas station, including a Tesla supercharger. And we're going to make our way to the Broadlands. In the Broadlands, it's going to be a award-winning master plan community that was developed by Van Meter Homes, which is a local builder back in the 90s. And Broadlands is going to feature 4,000 homes with beautiful single-family homes and townhomes. And actually, all of Broadlands was built on wetlands. And if you're not familiar with what wetlands are, it's basically a habitat for aquatic species like frogs, birds, turtles, and more. So let's go check out the Broadlands Wetlands Preservation Area. So let's bring the little guy there so you can check it out. Let's see if we can get a good landing spot. Oh, nice. So yeah, you got a huge trail that actually goes around all the wetlands. And when you're here, you feel like you're immersed in nature. It is wild. When you're here, you don't see any buildings, no stores, nothing. It's just nature. But the crazy part is, right here's a busy toll road, which is right next to the Wetlands Preservation Area. But as you can see, we get a little bit closer. You can see the wooden trail that goes all the way around. Yeah, I remember the first time I came here about 3 years ago when I did a full video on the Broadlands. I was very impressed. So if you're in the area, definitely go check it out. Now, something I want to point out, I am on Google Maps, and these maps are definitely outdated. Right here, it shows nothing, just shows a street, but with no homes. This is a new construction community, which is pretty much 95% done, and it's been that way for at least a year plus. So Google Maps, update your images. Now, another shopping plaza in the Broadlands I want to show you, it's called Broadlands Village Center. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is it has one of my favorite restaurants for date nights of all time. I know I've said that a lot in this video, but I mean it this time. It's called Parallel Wine and Whiskey Bar. They have great food, great bourbons, great wine selection, and really good happy hour menu. Definitely go check it out. You can thank me later. Now, let's zoom out of the Broadlands, and we're going to check out one of Ashburn's newest parks, which opened in October of last year. And it's going to be right on the Beaver Dam Reservoir, and it's called the Reservoir Park. Now, the Reservoir Park is going to feature picnic pavilions, walking and biking paths, fishing, and a central pier with a boat launch. So I actually went to this park the day it opened last year, but it's a very peaceful walk. You're overlooking the water. I would highly recommend checking it out. Now, I saved the best part and area for last, and that is going to be Brambleton. So Brambleton's an award-winning master plan community. It's one of the most desirable places to live, not just in Ashburn, not just in Loudoun County, but Northern Virginia as a whole. So Brambleton broke ground in 2001. It's actually still being built today, but the homes here are absolutely stunning. I think it's some of the most beautiful homes you find anywhere in the region. In fact, let me show you this house I showed personally a couple years ago. So this is the home right here. It's right on the lake, so it has stunning views of the lake, huge outdoor deck, a pool, and a basketball court. How cool is that? This is literally my dream backyard. And right next door is Legacy Elementary School, which is actually one of the highest rated elementary schools in Loudoun County. And if you like highly rated schools, you're going to love the schools in Brambleton, as it's one of the best school districts in the county. Now, Brambleton has a lot to offer its residents. 8 parks, 3 pools, 18 miles of walking trails. And as a bonus, the HOA covers your cable and internet. Now, let me zoom out real quick so you can see Brambleton is right here. And right next door is Dulles International Airport. It's a very easy 7 to 10 minute drive to the airport. So super convenient. Now driving through Brambleton, you have Loudoun County Parkway, which one direction will take you more to the Ashburn area. Another direction will take you to the Chantilly South Riding area. Now, one thing I do have to say about commuting to and from the Brambleton area is you're going to have to take the toll road. It's just going to be way easier. As you can see, the 267 toll roads right here. Especially if you got to travel into Fairfax County, Arlington County, or DC. Now, yes, it does add up. It's not cheap, but think of it this way. It's the price of admission for living in such a great area. Now, talk about convenience. Right here is Brambleton Town Center. And wherever you live in Brambleton, you can be no more than 5 to 7 minutes away. And a lot of people are actually walking distance. So let's get the little guy. Let's see if we can get dropped off right in the middle of Brambleton Town Center. Let's see. There we go. So Brambleton Town Centers have a movie theater, restaurants, grocery store, doctor's offices, gym, and right here is Brambleton Library, which is a state-of-the-art library, probably the best library I've ever seen in Virginia. All right, let me zoom out. Here you go. So right here in Brambleton Town Center, you have these ultra-luxury townhomes. These things are well over $1 million, 4,000 square feet, elevators, and rooftop terraces. But when you're driving through Brambleton, you can tell you are somewhere special. Everything is so clean, new, and peaceful. That is why this is one of the most highly desirable places to live in all of Northern Virginia. Now, if you want to learn more about Brambleton in particular, I did a full 14-minute video on Brambleton, drone shots, boots on the ground shots. Definitely go check it out. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. And as you can see, Ashburn, it is a huge area. You're not going to learn all about Ashburn in one 18-minute video. That's why you get to reach out to me. We can talk about your specific situation so we can find you the best neighborhood that's going to fit you and your family's needs. So reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text. Just know I got your back when you move into Ashburn. And if you want to learn more about living in Northern Virginia, more specifically Loudoun County, check out this video right here. I go over the best places to live in all of Loudoun County, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. And I'll see you in the next video.